So Lil Durk just dropped a new song where he goes back to his signature sound, and that's why in today's video I will show you how you can make typical Lil Durk beats. Just don't waste any time, let's hop right into it. So let's start with the melody. So for the melody, you want to create a vibe which is emotional but also intense at the same time. So let's start off with the first component. The first component is a piano. The preset that I used is the LA Custom C7 Studio. I think everybody knows Keyscape. Keyscape in general has a lot of great pianos. First of all, we can delete those top notes so you can see we have a 1-7-6 progression, pretty common pain progression. And in the second half, we go back up with the 6-7-1 progression. And what I did then is I stacked those chords on top, pretty basic chord. To switch up the vibe, I just brought down the top note in octave. That will give your chord a different character. And then we have this chord coming back with a different root note. In general, if you got those two root notes together, you can pretty much go with the same chords every time. Because if you would lay out the complete chord, like the 7 chord, and pitch it up an octave, and then you do the same thing again, you see you end up with the same chord. So now to bring in some dynamic, I added those little notes right at the end of the chords every time. As you can see, once you add in those little notes at the end, the tension goes super high, and then the dynamic shifts of the melody a little bit, and then it goes back again. It's like a wave ride. So most of the time I do not have a crazy processing on my pianos. All I do is I press Alt S to strum the notes, and then also randomizing the velocities, Alt R on your keyboard. For the effects on this piano, we got the Valhalla Vintage Verb, and I also got the crystallizer default preset. I turned it down to like 5%. So and this is what we've got. We already have some movement in the bass of the piano, but I definitely want to have in the possibility to highlight a certain part of your beat. So that's why I cloned that first instance of Keyscape into another one and added a top line. This top line looks like this, and with those melodies I just freestyle them. So since I didn't want to use the pillowy pad piano for the 1000th time, I choose to use a different one. I went into Analog Lab and used this pure hollow preset. Cool pass sound, sounded great with the piano, but you can see it on your own. So now I wanted to throw in some accents. First of all, I opened up Arcade. That's just my go-to for vocals. Some people think they might be overused, but I don't care, man. I think the average listener will never go to someone else on a party and say,
"Man, that background vocal in that beat that you can slightly hear with an untrained ear. Man, I think I heard it in a beat before."
Guys, I don't think that will ever happen. The preset is spectral and it's just one note. For the processing, we got the reverb again, and we also got this little EQ. This is what it sounds like. Then I threw in this ambient sound. You can definitely hear that in a lot of beats. At this point, just the final touches are missing. I wanted one more highlight component. We will go to that in a minute. First of all, we got one more accent sound, which is this guitar right here. I'll play this on my guitar. So I'm gonna show you real quick what I did. If you want to do these cool slides, you play the note and just drag down, and with a bunch of effects, it might sound cool at the end, and with a little bit of practice on the timing. I got a guitar amp, it's a CLR guitar, and I also got this EQ, just cut it out some harsh frequencies, and another EQ to cut out the highs, and then you get something like this. Pretty much the last component that I added is another guitar top line, and hopefully, man, at one point this year I can sit down right here on my chair and say I played it on my guitar as well. But this time I had to go with the splice guitar again. I'm pretty sure I might have used that one in a beat before. Just chopped it up a little bit, switched up the timing. We got another reverb and EQ to cut out the highs, and yeah, this RC20 again. And that's all you need for a crazy pain melody. So let's tap into the final result. So for the drums, I'm gonna be using sounds out of my new 2024 kit. Check out the first link in the description. It's only 10 bucks. Man, don't miss on that deal, bro. But I'm gonna put my headphones on actually. I'll grab that spin clap. So for the hi-hats, we can just go with the main. And I actually have one hi-hat MIDI in mind that could fit well to this. It should be one of those right here. I think it's this one. So let's throw that in. So that sounds pretty dope. I like the breaks right here, but I also want to switch it up a little bit. Let's bring in a roll at the end. Yeah, that's dope. So that's hard, that's hard. Let's copy and paste that over. Now we can fill up those gaps with different sounds and get good combos going between the snares, hi-hats, open hats, perks, whatever we want to throw in. Now let's grab an open hat. I'm gonna grab this one. And now we want to place it right there where we just deleted the hi-hat note, so we get that extra bounce through the open hat. I also want to throw in a perk now. Just to finish things up, I don't want to overcomplicate it. We grab an 808. I might go just with the simple spins. So that's it for the video. If you want to cop the drum kit, first link in the description, only 10 bucks. If you're also interested in how to make more of these emotional and smooth pain melodies, you might like this video. Peace.